What's good, YouTube? It's KB with Just Do Boxing back with another video. So, it's being reported that the chosen one, Edgar Berlanga, and Steve Rose have agreed to terms for super middleweight fight on March 19th. Steve Rose, 21-1, 12 KOs, 37 years old. Kind of up there in age. 5'10", 72-inch reach, fighting out of Canada, orthodox fighter. Last time we seen him in the ring was December 17th, where he scored a TKO victory over journeyman Christopher Broker, 16-8. Rose recorded 2 KOs since losing his first fight of his career back in 2019 by KO to Triple G in a fight where he just was overmatched. He just didn't have anything to get Triple G's respect, and in that fight, just being honest, it was just a matter of time before Triple G got him out of there. That's exactly what he did. But since losing to Triple G, he's riding a little 2-fight win streak, and he won both fights by KO to subpar opposition. So this fight against Edgar Berlanga is definitely going to be a test. Berlanga is a strong, young, hungry kid, and Rose is up there in age, man. I mean, he's a good, solid boxer. He's technically sound, but he lacks power, which could be a problem going up against a power puncher like Berlanga. So hopefully, his boxing skill is enough to get him through the rounds. But I think once Berlanga lands something significant, it's only a matter of time. It's hard to win a fight when you can't hurt your opponent. And I'm not saying he can't, he has no power at all, but he's just not known for his power. He's known for his boxing, his technical ability, his jab, things like that. So we're gonna see what he got. What he got for the young Berlanga, man. This kid, Rose, solid boxer, decent speed, good jab, long arms, got an awkward style that could give Berlanga some issues early until he adjusts. I don't think the fight goes the distance. I think Berlanga stops him mid-rounds unless he gets caught early, and it's going to be an even shorter night for Steve Rose. He's definitely not going up against no Christopher Broker. I mean, Berlanga, 18-0, 16 knockouts, man. So he's coming to destroy. So hopefully, Steve Rose skill set, and his boxing ability could allow him to hang in the fight. But like I said, I think once Berlanga catches him flush, he's gonna try to end him. And with Rose being an older fighter, he's gonna be in trouble, man. He's fighting an uphill battle, fighting this young kid. So we're gonna see what he got, man. Up, we got the chosen one, the monster, Edgar Berlanga, 18-0, 16 knockouts. All 16 knockouts came in the first round. 24 years of age, 6'1", 73-inch reach, orthodox fighter, turned pro 2016. Last fight was a tough, unanimous decision, went over 30-2 and won Marcelo Esteban Caceres. I think that was his toughest fight to date. Not only was he taking the distance for the second time in a row, he was also knocked down in this fight. He was tested. Marcelo showed some holes in Berlanga's game, and he exploited him. He was able to knock him down. Ultimately, credit to Berlanga, he got up off the canvas and he finished the fight strong. But he definitely was tested. He was hurt, and he looked vulnerable in this fight. And I think that's a performance that a fighter like Rose could take heed to and find some things where he could have some success in the ring against Berlanga as well, because he's a much better boxer than Marcelo Esteban, in my opinion. Rose will try to test the young, hungry Berlanga, but I just don't. I think him and his lack of power is going to come back to hurt him. Berlanga's last 2 fights went the distance, so maybe Rose got that on his side. Maybe he could find a way to not get knocked out. But Berlanga's last 2 fights went the distance. Demond Nicholson took him the distance in the fight. He controlled from the start, but it was competitive. And even though Nicholson was dropped multiple times, big salute to him. He got up each time and fought hard. He was the first fighter to take Berlanga the distance, to end his 16 first round knockout KO streak. Before this fight, Berlanga stopped all his opponents in the first round. You know what I mean? He showed good speed, tremendous power, strong jab, definitely heavy-handed, but he needs to become more defensively responsible. I always preach that. He definitely got some holes in his game that was exploited in the last two fights, in my opinion. And I think Berlanga got some things he definitely need to work on the defensive end for sure. And another thing I noticed in his last fight, his most recent fight, his conditioning, man. He looked a little gassed about midway through the fight. It seemed like when Marcelo Esteban didn't fold under his power, he was forced to do something else. And it's like, it looked like he blew his load almost. Like it's like he expected to get him out of there, and when he didn't, he found himself in a predicament where he looked gassed. So he definitely don't want to gas out against a veteran that can box. Especially if he doesn't get him out of there. Which I think he will, but I think Rose gonna make him work a little bit, just like he had. He made Triple G work, and not saying Berlanga's no Triple G, but that kid is strong, man. And when he hits you, man, it's not too many fighters I've seen in his 18 fights stand up. Like I said, it's only two of those fighters that took him the distance, and he hurt both of those guys multiple times in the fight. So, this is definitely a fight where Berlanga can show if he's improved as a fighter, or is he just a power puncher with a limited gas tank? Because after that last fight, people gonna have some questions, and rightfully so. What is he learning and what is he working on in the gym? Is he really focused, or is he just another young, strong kid that can punch hard? Can he actually box is the question. He's showing some skill, of course, but does he have what it takes to get to that next level? You know what I'm saying? Because as competition increases, his knockouts might decrease. He might slow down. When you step up in competition, you tend to get less knockouts for the most part. So you're going to see if that's the case with him, or if he's going to improve on the holes in his game, improve his conditioning, his defense, not shooting his load so fast, understanding that he doesn't have to throw every single punch hard. Every punch doesn't have to be a home run. That's one thing I would like to see from him. I'd like to see some growth, some patience, and some maturity in the ring. Act like you've been here before. Show that you are an improved fighter, and you're more than just a knockout puncher. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thoughts on the fight. Y'all get in the comment section, like, comment, subscribe. As always, get in that comment section. Let me know if I gave the chosen one, Edgar Berlanga, and the Canadian Steve Rose, that Just Do. Because that's what I do over here, Just Do Boxing. To the next one. Out. Peace.